Thank you, Arlington Democrats. It's good to be here. I'm Patrick Hope. I represent the 47th District, or Central part of Arlington County, and I'm very pleased to be here before you today to introduce Julie Jakopic. Now, all you have to do is go to her website, it's juliefordelegate.com, and look at her biography to know why I'm standing here before you and supporting her today and in this campaign to serve. Let me tell you something. We're very similar. She was chair of the Alexandria Community Services Board around the same time that I was chair of the Arlington Community Service Board. She gets it. She understands what the role of government is, to help people, to help make sure that we lift people up. That's what we need, someone in Richmond who knows what government is supposed to be like and know how it works. Believe it or not, I'm the dean of the Arlington delegation. I've been there long enough to know what it takes to be effective in Richmond. And let me tell you something what we need in Richmond on the Democratic side. We need someone who's going to be a strong progressive, someone who's going to fight, someone who cares, someone who's going to be a team player, and someone that doesn't back down. That someone is Julie Jakopic, and I hope that you support her in June. Ladies and gentlemen, your next delegate from the 45th District, endorsed by Rob Krapica, Julie Jakopic.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Patrick uses spring break to come do this tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for being out here. It's a long day. Just about 3 years ago, can you hear me? Well, yeah. Mike's a little, I can't hear what you hear. Right, thanks. About 3 years ago, my niece Rachel graduated from high school. She came to live with me, and the idea was she was going to be my summer intern, and then we were going to help her get to college, and she was going to work with me. In the first few weeks, she had the chance to sit down with Governor Payne with me and a small group of 10 women to talk about being small business owners as women. She had a chance to meet the President of the United States. And then she found out she was pregnant. She was 18 years old, and it was so important that she had the opportunity to make choices about her life. Now, Rachel chose to have her baby. He is my adorable grandnephew, Jace. If you follow me on Facebook, you've seen pictures of his cherubic face and his silly, funny, fearless antics. And it's really important that Rachel, like my mom, has the supports to be a single mom, raise her family, and improve her life. I want to talk about Jace for a second. Jace is almost 2, and it's important for him to have every opportunity, even though his mom was 19 when he was born. No matter who his parents are, no matter what I do or don't do, no matter who he grows up to love, he deserves the right to reach his highest potential. And that started 2 years ago. That's why we need to have quality, safe, accessible early childhood care and education. And 15 years from now, when Jace, this beautiful biracial young man, graduates from high school, I want him to see a world of possibility, starting with college, not fear being targeted for what he looks like. Those are the values that I've spent my 20 years, more than that, career working on. Professionally, I've had the opportunity to help state governments across the country implement TANF, implement other programs that serve low-income families and communities, and help them deal with the challenges of the kinds of services they want to provide, and the rules and regulations they have to do it within. It's why I chaired the Community Services Board in Alexandria. Two parents who had some issues, that was important to me that services be available to families so that everybody gets the opportunity to reach that highest potential. And it's frankly why, after being raised by a mom my first campaign was to go to work with my mom at the Watergate, where she was leading Sergeant Shriver's travel. Why I actually became a Democrat, I was a little bit rebellious. I registered as an independent when I first registered to vote, because I wanted to make my own choices. that lasted exactly one primary election. And so, at the end of the day, while I would love everyone across the spectrum of the General Assembly to care about the issues I care so deeply about and you care so deeply about, that hasn't historically been the case. So it's why I became a Democrat. It's why I have had the opportunity to work on local, state, and national races, why I worked on Carrie's youth policy team, and had the opportunity to be the vice chair of the Alexandria Democratic Committee for 5 years in the finance role. But I actually want to talk in my last little bit of time about what I think this election means for you. I think it's important that your next delegate protect your rights to do business, to be yourself, and to have a life you love. It is important that your next delegate work to ensure that all of us do well. Because when all of us do well, we all do well. And that means that your kids have great schools, you have a safe place to live, and we have an opportunity, I think, not an easy one, but an opportunity to get Medicaid expansion. Actually, it probably takes money back to the Senate. But there are ways to make sure that the 400,000 people and the $100 million a year we're leaving on the table, talk about budget issues, changes. And so I would really appreciate your support, all of you, and some of you get to vote for me, but we would love to have your help. I have an apology to make. Everybody on this side of the room got my bio. I'm not sure anybody on this side did. If you look in the back, you'll see my colleague Steve Myers has got a clipboard. We're going to start it on this side so we can make sure we get you information about our campaign and about what we're up to. Thank you so much for your time tonight. Thank you, Kip.